Tell me what you know. Tell me what you know. Yo, welcome to the show, man. This thing called podcast. I'm your host, Young Gizzles. Shout out to J Bravo, Weeksy in the cut, Nana on the buttons. So yeah, we're doing it big, man. We're doing it live, you know what I mean? When I started this so-called channel, I wanted to get people in on the show. Important people in the community, you know what I mean? Let them get on here, speak to the people, give them their flowers in an incense, you know what I mean? Get them on the show. So I said, all right, you have to get one of the DJs big in the game styling, who I'm saying been on the scene for a while. You know what I mean? From when man was young, these man doing house parties. Man gave me my first beat at the garden party barbecue. You know what I mean? From a bloodline of DJs. Top 5 styling. So it's the man himself, man. DJ Young Fox, welcome to the show, brother.
How you doing?
Good, man. You know, like I says, man, when I set up the channel, this thing called podcast, I said, yeah, we got to get big people in, you know, from the community who, you know, got something to say, man. Set a platform for you to speak to the people, to the public, and so, well, go on, man.
Not much, you know, I'm more the quiet, laid back one, so you know, this is gonna be a first time, so yeah, looking forward to it.
Well, this is my first time presenting, you know. Usually we got Bravo sat in the chair doing the thing, but it's like, yo, you can pilot this one. I'm like, all right then, let me see how it goes, you get me? And write down some questions, and like, yeah, I don't really know, you know. I don't know if I'm gonna hit them all off, but we'll see how it goes. If it messes up, then you know.
No, it's not gonna mess up,
man. It's live.
No, come on, it's not gonna mess up, man. You got this thing, go on.
I was literally like, yeah, we get Foxy in here now. And I was like, yo, I remember when they had his barbecue in his yard, Francis Street. Me and Kamikaze are young bucks around there, and he's like, yo, grab the mic. You know, I think it was the Biggest Smalls. You put the Biggest Smalls on, man, I'm like, wow, this is my first freestyle, you know what I mean? And then man just, so that was kind of my introduction to the game as well, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So we did that, and it was fire. You know what I mean? Shout out to the man them. I think I remember Brother Dapper used to come to your mum's to get the vinyls.
Yep.
We'll come up in the room, the archive, the library. And you're like, yeah, you can tech them and tech them. Yo, you can't tech them. You know what I mean? And then I think Dapper used to play the tune and you're like, yo, don't touch them ones though. So this time Fox is looking at me like, I was inquisitive back then, kind of like, yo, what's all this DJ thing, man? Dapper used to get the bag, we used to do the radio shows. But you know what I mean? Like I said, you come a long way, man. What's it like? You said, I says Foxy been on pirate radio station. Now he's on live legal LDC radio. So how's that, man? How's
it's good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's really good. It's not where I want it to be, but in terms of my personal show and what I want to do, but that's about me and what I need to input and time. But that aside, it's a really good radio station. It's really going out there, and it's good to be legal. Yeah.
That's what it is, man.
Yeah,
Shout out to all the DJs out there, you know. I used to do a little bit of pirate with the man then back in the day, grime and whatever else, garage days. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, we'll get into the questions, man. So, What's your early memories of music then, like, for you as a DJ and that?
The earliest, there is no earliest. It's from birth. Sick. My dad literally was a DJ. He was at his younger ages going London and buying music and coming up and showing people the way up in here. You know what I mean? In Leeds, and that was on a reggae front though. But he he's like going back to acetate, you know, the flexible records. He was
Wow.
going back then and getting specials in London. So, and that was, you're talking late 60s, 70s, you know what I mean? I come in 73. Boom. I was born into music. Nowadays, a lot of people DJ because it's like a fad and it's good to be a DJ. I can honestly say I was born being a DJ. It's just in the blood.
That's why
you know what I mean.
Bloodline of DJs.
It's like breathing. It's just natural. It's just one of them things. So I was blessed to have the dad I had that gave me that foundation in the music. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, that's big, man. What you said, that man was playing what, them little 7 inches? What were they? What were they, man, running back?
It was 7. It was flexible acetates, man. He was going back. You're talking about the records what were flexible, bro.
Wow.
You know, the proper, like, he's going way, way, way back, man. And then he was going 7s, and then he was linked in with the record shop down on Gaythorns. There was an old little record shop in a little like back garage back in the day. I've forgotten what it's called. I should have remembered that. But going way back, you're talking like 70s and 80s. He used to go in there as well. Jumbo, when Jumbo started as well, way back in the day.
Jumbo,
you know what I mean?
Record shop.
Yeah. So yeah, that's his story. Mine. We were doing, as a young age, we were doing like sound clashes with the Leicesters and different community people way back from in Palace.
Wow.
So when we was like 10, 11, so you used to have like Irving Paul, there was Everton, Everlast.
Shout out to DJ.
You know what I mean? There was those man there that were part of the clique way back. There were more links with my brother. I was kind of more that older. And it was them that were really the sound, and I just used to go and rock up and be like the star, you know what I mean? But even it goes way, way, way back then. You know what I mean? So my brother used to do the MCing and stuff. I got some old pictures from back in the day where you got all the mans in our generation. You know what I mean? When there was all youths, you know, the place rammed, and the youths, you know, you're talking 10, 11, maybe even younger than that still, because I was them ages, so they would have been younger, you know, Shorty still looking tall as, and the guys young, you know what I mean? It's
Shorty,
like, you got, man, shout out to Shorty and the rest of them, man, there. And even all the gal them, because the pictures show the history, man, you know what I mean? So see if I can give you copies of the pictures, man, and you know, you can see the history with the podcast, you can show some of the pictures. Because, yeah, man, it's big, man.
Because I says 90s, I know you...
It wasn't even 90s, bro. I'm talking about...
80s.
Early 80s,
yeah, because I come through in the 90s and I know you man was DJing hard by then.
Yeah.
So I can't even imagine to think before, you know what I mean?
You see, when you're talking about the 90s, I was already set up equipment-wise.
You see? I remember this brother had decks up in his crib, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man, I was already set up and...
One of the first... You know what I mean? Shout out RPG Wiz jokes, you know what I mean? These man Foxy set the trend, you know what I mean? So that's big. So I was saying something about like what was your favourite artist? I don't know if like refer to now, or we can go to back in the day and now if you want, you know what I mean? And keep it fly like that. But yeah, like back then.
I never really had a favourite artist, I just had a favourite music.
Yeah.
And for me, it's what I've gone back to now. It was house.
Ooh.
So back then, you're talking about the old Chicago house, and then you had the Northern house, which came out in them in late 80s, 90s start, and it was just killing
like
everywhere. Yeah, because you used to have the old house parties. You used to have like DJ Martin and Idol Rockers before he became Mark Idol Rockers. Where they used to have the sounds. He was setting up his sound systems then, and they used to do round the road. So they used to have the house parties round the road. You know where the old Streamline Taxi was.
The
Back of Juice Blues and all the rest of them. The blues way back then. So it used to be like the big house there, 2-3 story, but they used to have the basement as well. So literally, when you was in the basement, you could see the floor rocking like the roof.
This is a house party blues.
Just going like that. So you'd always think the roof was gonna come through at any time. it was that sick.
House
It
party
was
blues,
hard.
you know.
But I was young then. I was like 15, 16, but I was in it. It's like going Warehouse, Mr. Craig's, Back to Basics. I was in the circles of the house then, you know, just
Yeah,
going
yeah,
on a
big,
blend
big.
as a you know what I mean? But the scene was, it was ridiculous, man. It was the time. It was just love. It was the vibe. It was the music. Even though the times was very racist around them times in the music scene, it was just bare love. It was just love. It was just, it ain't what it is now. That's why 2000s I couldn't really play the R&B stuff because, and I went back to house. For me, it changed. The genre changed, and it wasn't what I was comfortable playing.
Right.
So I stopped the clubs. I stopped the DJing of R&B and hip hop, and I went back to house, where it made me feel good.
Nice,
I may not
nice.
get the gigs, but it's what made me feel good, and it was that love, going back into the love of music, not about the money and the gigs, because that could have come and been doing that, and you know it would have been nice, but it's not me. I'm a DJ because I love music.
You
I
love
love
music.
entertaining people. I love giving them that journey. You know what I mean?
I think some of these DJs might just jump on a genre and they might not even necessarily like that. They just might play it to get the bookings. You know what I mean?
That's what they do.
Yeah.
You have to do that, and you know, to a point, I'm kind of doing that now, where I'm very selective what I choose, but it's still house based. Throwing a little bit of R&B is what R&B I play though. I'm not going to do a club scene now where it's just for the youngsters. I don't do that. That's not me. Somebody asked me to do that, I'm saying no. But I can recommend another DJ who can. It's just not me. No amount of money will let me sell my soul.
When I says the archive, I mean this brother's vinyls, wall to wall. I know back then Dapper would be playing on the radio, shout out brother Dapper, so we get the little Jermaine Dupri, so Defs, you know. They were the fire shot, it's My Ways, and a couple of those vibes there. So I know you got a big hip hop archive as well.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
Well, right now in my yard, in my flat, I've got over 10,000 in there, just records.
Wow.
You know what I mean? That's just, I've got the Galaxies, you know, every DJ will know the IKEA Galaxies. I've literally got 56 slots in my house. So those that know how many that is. And they easily cover over 100. You know what I'm saying? Easily.
Wow.
And I'm putting them in and on the top in the little gaps. Yeah, full.
That's sick.
Collection's deep. But it's organized and it's in, so I've got my house, I've got my hip hop, I've got my albums, I've got my 12s,
the genres.
I got my old soul and funk, I got my R&B, I got my R&B albums, so I know where they are. You know what I mean? So they're in order, but they're not like alphabetically. I don't go that deep. I'm not. I don't have that much time. But yeah,
big,
man.
I know you want to big in the game, and I just remember, I think it was town back early 90s, and I had to sneak a bag with records in, heavy bag. But this is to get into the club. And there's chicks in the clubs. I'm like, yeah, I want to get in here with you, man. They're like, yo, carry this bag then. So I was like a bag carrier, but you know, it's cool. And you know, I was looking at the evolution from then, like you're saying, to these USB pens or however you know.
Yeah, you know what? I was against it in the beginning and CDs, but what I realized when I was younger and back then, when you're talking about like Rehab and Evolution Day, back in the day when Evolution just started, you know, for a 2-hour set, I was carrying 5 record bags.
Wow.
And 2 CD cases for a 2-hour set, you know.
That really meant that all them did old school DJs with them are strong backs. You know, strong.
You had to. Well, that was for me, because what I didn't do is have a playlist. So I know I'm gonna play this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do that. I like to read the crowd and give the crowd a journey.
Okay.
If you have a playlist and you're playing for yourself. And they're scared to come off of that, to get lost. But I love to read the crowd and just do whatever. So back then, Evolution days, I was going crazy, man. I was mixing in some flat beats with some R&B, with some what people do now. I was doing then. Do you get what I mean? And I'm not trying to say like I'm some soup, but those who know were there, no. Those who know, no. You know what I mean? It was anything goes, and that's how it was, and that's what I see how a lot of DJs DJing now, but not the 30-second DJing. I play music to its fullest, not right to the end, but I give it a nice stretch where people can sing along and they enjoy the music. That 30-second DJ now, that don't work for me. 1 minute you don't even get to the chorus and it's the next tune and it's like, what are you doing?
You cut out the best piece.
But that's what young people like nowadays. Instant, everything's instant. They don't even cook no more. It's instant. And that's not disrespect, but boys, it's quick, fast. They want the instant hit, impact. That's not me, man. I like the slow journey, man.
Yeah. I like that. So, what was your first piece of equipment? I think maybe studio DJ wise.
Can't really say because you're going back to the sound days. You could go back to the sound days when we were like making stuff, you know what I mean? So we're making bins, we're doing 15s. We had them in our bedrooms up to about 15 years old, 16 years old. We had 12, 15-inch speakers with mids and tops, and we were building with like quad amps. We were messing about with amps, we were messing about with amps to build. One for bass, one for mids, one for top. We're doing all of that way back then. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's not something you just go in and learn. We just did it. You know what I mean? Yeah, we got this amp, man. Yo, it don't matter where we got it from. Not saying we did them things, but we come across amps, just bam. Yeah, man, we use this, rewire it, bam, this can work for bass. This can work for this. And just rig it up and just rewire and rewire everything,
like
man.
Technical with it as well. All that learning how to back
then though, with them days, it wasn't so much mixing. It was more just about clashing and MCing. So you know what I mean? You'd be playing the tunes, but as I got into the house, went back into the house at 13 when I started WYBC with Beatmaster E. Stevie, shout out to you.
Big up.
Because you were the one that got me on the radio at 13 on the house thing with Pedro and Frost in their yard way back when.
Wow.
So shout out to them, man, too. You know what I mean? And that was back in the 80s. So that's where my house scene proper kicked off. So it was all the old Chicago house stuff, all of that era. You know what I mean? That's when I started building up my collection of house. But my first track, I would say, was New Edition, the album.
Okay.
With the Candy Girl tune.
Yeah, I know you.
That was the first album. That was probably the first proper tune I went to a shop and bought. What wasn't my dad's or wasn't, you know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah, man.
I know, like I said, you got the archive.
Yeah, man.
But I think there's a few footages of old school 10 till 2 club. That's obviously they had a community centre in Chapeltown.
Yeah.
And the man them are on the decks, DJing reggae and dub, and I'm like, wow. So it was more like clashing because man are on the mic and the DJ is dubbing. I'm like, yo. So that was a whole different era.
And even then, 10 to 2, you're talking about a good 7, 8 to 10 years after. That's after Palace.
Wow, yeah, because you said Palace earlier.
That's not even the same time. Palace was like we were like young, really young. But if any time when this goes out, you can send some clips and you can see add them to the thing so you can see the background and the history. You see some of the people like, yo, really? Him. Yeah, man. Yeah, so, yeah, man. Lovely question.
So we got certain like a early DJ spot. Where early DJ spots for you, I know you said Mr. Craig's. I think one time you did a pink coconut or something and I couldn't go. I was a teenager. I wanted to be there. You know what I mean? And I know so what one of your early DJ spots, you know what I mean?
Regular? What? Shout out to Soul Criminal.
Yeah, big up Soul Criminal as well.
New Edition, Bradford.
Wow.
Let's just leave it there.
See?
No. And that's who gave me the link and showed me the love. He was DJing in there, then he showed me the love to go in and with him and do a little thing.
Wow.
And I would say the first big break, well, what do you call it? A big break? Evolution with Kenny B. Like on the Friday nights, there
Yeah,
was
shout out DJ Kenny B as well, man.
Kenny B, myself, Sorrel from Derby. And yeah, literally, we was having like 900 people in there every single week, man. It was rammed.
Wow.
It was the spot back then. But when you got to look at the scene back then, there was only 2 or 3 places that played R&B.
Okay.
What you got to look at in them early 90s era was everywhere was chart music. You're talking about the bars, clubs, everywhere. They did not play R&B.
It is chart music, you know.
No, it was just pop commercial music. No, it was commercial on a real. It was commercial music or house, and it wasn't the house like house, but it was mainstream.
Yeah.
And then early 90s, once like Destiny's Child and then became commercial.
Okay.
That's when you saw bars and clubs and a lot more places started to play black music. Then you had non-black DJs playing black music, and then you look around, and this is no offense to all the other DJs, but this is fact. There was black DJs struggling to play black music on the scene. As soon as it became mainstream, and it was everybody's music, it was urban, it was okay, the bars, the clubs, everybody allowed for that to run, but there wasn't that many blacks that could do it. You know what I mean? To begin with, there was there was certain ones, but it was okay for the mainstream, for the music to be pushed out. And now you cannot go to one bar or even a shop that's not playing black music. Everywhere's playing black music now. It's so mainstream, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's taking over.
It's yeah, man. Yeah, man. But back then it was not the case.
So you say like early 80s? You says early 80s?
No, you're talking about 90s and early 2000s. That's how it's only been the last 20 years.
20 years,
yeah,
you see,
man. Yeah. When you look at in terms of it being mainstream, like in the bars and everywhere you go, you're talking about late 90s, early 2000s. It started to become mainstream then.
That's why I know hip hop was fired back then. But I know they ain't playing that in the clubs.
No. None of the hip hop, none of the even the soul and funk and the R&B stuff really. The good stuff. It's only when, like I said, kind of Destiny's Child, Gabrielle with Dreams, and those kind of mainstream crossover musics came, and it was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's big because I know, like I said, I watched a little documentary on, I think it was Motown, like early. I never knew Diana Ross was. They want to talk about Beyonce when you're like, Diana Ross, and wow.
Yeah, well, when you watch Dreamgirls, that's education right there. Watch the film, man. It's deep, man. That's the story in it. That's the story, bro.
Yeah, there's always different.
That's the story.
The genres. But so we're gonna talk about the importance of the wheels of steel, the techniques. I know. I did a presentation when I was studying on some stuff like this, and I didn't know how. These guys got CDJs. You know what I mean? Or shout out to DJ Tigger. We're talking about these guys who got Seratos. I don't really know, but I know techniques because obviously you man have had them from an early age. So what you said about that?
When did I first have a pair?
Alright then, start from there then. Start from there then if you want to. Or just the importance of, car.
Well, Technics was the game changer back then. It was the game.
Shout out to
Direct Drive.
DJ GQ or one of them scratchy,
Yeah, it just changed the game from belt drive.
Okay.
Belt drive, you pull in the belt in the thing if you moved it. You couldn't. Right. There was no real mixing with the Technics. It was straight. You got pitch control. You could change everything. It was a game changer. It literally was.
Wow.
Boy, I had mine. You're talking about. I think it was even before my son. So you're talking 1990, maybe 89, 90 when I had a pair of Technics decks.
Wow.
Bro.
They're worth a lot of money right now.
Oh yeah, trust me.
Yeah, what?
Yeah. Slowly within time, I've just upgraded them, but always had a pair. You cannot sell a pair of Technics decks. It does not make sense. If you've got the best, why would you change unless it's an upgrade? You know, you wouldn't.
From like Technics to CDJs or something, you'd be like, whoa, what type of DJ? Yeah. Man, I know, like I says, I see guys with the USB pen and the Seratos, or it's all digital now.
Yeah.
So you know, what do you say about that era? Like if you want to say that, not analog, but that digital era compared to the belt drives and. how's that? Does that inspire you? Think that's easier for you? I know you like I said, top 5. So I'd be like, all right, then this guy's just pressing the button. He ain't even looking. He's just pressing the button, and the tracks are playing now. More like headphones on.
Yeah. It's a big crossover. Mm-hmm. Obviously, for those that have learned with vinyl.
Okay.
Once you learn to mix and DJ with vinyl, everything else is simple. It's basic.
So this was exactly, it said crates versus digital.
But it has its pros and cons. You know, you could get the music instantly for a start. You're not paying big
downloads.
money. Yeah, you're not paying big money. Mm-hmm. You can buy the music for £1, £2 now. You don't even need to buy the vinyl itself, which is costing you for one. Back in my day when I was buying tune, you're buying 112, that you're buying an EP thing that might have different tracks on it, you know, like a little mix thing.
Okay.
With probably six tune on it.
Mm-hmm.
But you're paying £12 for it, £13. You know what I mean? But it's because it's on vinyl, it's got pressed, it's gone through loads of processes before it's come to that. Now you can just get it instantly. Everything's instant. And that's what I was talking about earlier.
Microwave.
About the quick thing, technology, how things have moved. You know, I do appreciate my vinyl, and that's why I've got them, and I love them, and I do play them, and I do dig them out. Mm-hmm. But carrying them to clubs,
wow,
I don't miss that. As I've got older, my shoulders ain't as strong as they used to be on my back.
I think I seen a blog the other day, and it was like a husband saying his wife sold his vinyls at a car boot.
Oh no, she's got to go.
She sold them, but you know, there's like car boot, but it's like, yo, these vinyls was probably worth thousands of pounds.
Divorce? It's not even a discussion. If you're a DJ and you got vinyl and your wife,
I heard my voice
without knowledge, sells your tune. Oh no, she's got to go. She's got to go.
So I was like,
Any real DJ with vinyl, that wife's gone. That wife's gone.
Yeah, I told you when Fox said he had a section.
He's got a shovel and a spade in his car. You know what I mean? And you ain't hearing the wife.
Yeah, you said that. There's a section.
Yeah, man. No. There's certain
section you don't touch.
Yeah. That's a violation, bro. It's a violation, man. It's a no.
Yeah, I know some of them are worth loads of money, man. Just for the vinyl itself, worth thousands of pounds.
Most DJs, if you have to ask them the question, the vinyl or the wife, they'll have to think about that, bro. No, real DJs that collect.
Yeah, collectors.
But you know what? To be fair though, the wives that know their men and who know about DJing will know about the music and would appreciate. So it's not even a discussion to be had, really.
Yeah,
real recognizes real. You get what I'm saying? So we don't even need to go there for real. We don't even need to go there. Those that don't know, boy, you wouldn't have your vinyl in that house anyway. No.
All right then. So we did the equipment. You know what I mean? And then I think we're gonna be talking about what early music ventures. But I think the early music ventures, like I says, so did you play? What was I say? Pink Coconut? Were you playing?
You know what? My memory going way back is so blurred, bro, that I couldn't even remember. I couldn't even tell you.
I know there's a few spots. You said Mr. Craig's.
Yeah, that was more so not DJing. That was more so me going out and appreciating the music. Okay. You know what I mean? DJing wise, you're talking about club wise, Evolution, Rehab, then other little bits. Started doing local stuff, try to push the music locally, Chapel Allerton. Then you do travelling, you know, out of town and stuff. But
yeah, like the events. We've got them weekend events now, and the DJs are playing in these tents.
Yeah, I've DJed in Croatia, done that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? So I've been about, Used to do the street team for the record companies as well back in the day.
Yeah, the street team. I remember. Yeah. And you get all the fresh. You had all the fresh joints.
Yeah,
You get them first. I think Foxy had them first.
Yeah.
So you know, back in the day, DJs be hating like, "Yo, this guy got, oh, you get that fresh, just come out like last week." Well, obviously, the part of the street team, you get the hook.
Yeah. So basically, it was you used to get the vinyls beforehand because you was on radio, so you'll get the releases before they come out, so you can let people know when the music's coming out and make them have a feel for it. And Leeds was very good for that back in the day. Leeds was one of the top places to come. We used to have people from Newcastle, Manchester, Birmingham, even London come up here for the club nights.
For the nights out.
We used to have London DJs that come up here, and we used to dust them. As Leeds DJs, the quality was a lot better than the London DJs. And if the London DJs of that older generation are honest, they will tell you that. You know what I mean? Back then, in that time, you know, we had it on so many different levels. Shout out to Marvin Swiftfinger G as well.
Wow,
Nato used to do the garage, pure garage from way back when, early 90s.
He was on People's FM.
Man. Yeah.
Before we played our grime and garage, he was already playing the show, all the garage.
Yeah.
Fire garage. I'm like, yo.
From way back.
Yeah, so I used to say to DJ Double O, shout out DJ, I'm like, yo, this guy is the bad.
There's so many DJs you can bring on here. I see myself as just a background DJ.
Oh, yeah.
You see, for me, my priorities is my work, my kids. My DJing is, I love it, it's my life. But my kids are come above that, so my responsibilities always came first, as you lot know. You know me. I never stopped working, bro. My kids work.
Oh yeah, make sure you put a comment down there. I said top 5, man. Write something up, man. Post something up, man, for your top 5 DJs. You know what I mean? We can do that. We can do that if you want. You know what I mean?
Top 5 DJs. We're from.
Oh,
which era though?
Ooh,
which era? Like, are you going 90s? Are you going?
Let's go. I'm 90s. I'm 90s. Let's go 90s up. Let's go 90s up. I'm a 90s.
You see now.
Top DJs in the UK.
For this is
local.
Let's keep it local because
right.
I know it gets.
Locally 90s based on the scene.
The scene.
And I'll go with the venues as well.
Nice.
I would say. I'd have to give DJ Martin and Mark Idle for the house parties because they were absolutely ridiculous.
Idle Rockers meeting dub.
Yeah. Mark Idle.
Yeah, big shout out.
But they were doing house back then. He wasn't doing the dub. He was doing house with DJ Martin.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying.
Imagine.
Don't forget when he started with Unique LFO and all that. That was all house. Then he's gone into dub. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and they're smashing it with that.
As you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I would say in that early 90s there, I would say them. I would say I'd have to go with Pedro, number 2. And the reason why I say that,
shout out Pedro,
is because he was doing Cliffs Blues. I was a regular in Cliffs Blues. So I'm just going off where I was and mine for me. I would say DJ Mikey as well from Sunny's and, you know, them. I didn't go there, you know, but he was smashing it. I know he was smashing it. You know what I mean? It wasn't... I'm very particular in what I do and where I go and the kind of circles, you know what I mean? I'm just funny like that. That's why I never took to the bass line. It's just not my thing.
I know, I wasn't even going to ask because I know you won't even, that's not your thing. Like,
no,
nah.
I love the music, but the scene is not my scene. I know my lane.
Yeah.
And I like to stay in my lane, you know what I mean? But shout out to all them bassline DJs as well, man. Trust me.
Yeah.
They were killing it.
Era,
Trust me, that era was fire, but it wasn't my thing, but it was fire for the northern scene. Fire. So who's number 3?
So
I said 3,
Mike,
so I got
Pedro,
another 2.
Mikey, and
Ooh, boy.
And you said Irish and...
Yeah, they were together though.
Oh,
I'd say
like a duo.
Yeah. I'd have to say, you know, because he was my boy, Soul Criminal.
Yeah, man.
Soul Master Hazzy. You know, you
big
got
shout.
all of them man there of that era. Gary B. Them man were killing it on the R&B scene. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, R&B.
It was ridiculous.
Kinda, yeah,
you know what I mean? So I've got to put all of them man in that
There's a lot of
in that
genres
this is what I'm saying.
and
In
they
that
was when it was
category.
on fire.
Because even Hazzy back then, if I could get that man to DJ now, oh my gosh, I'm telling you, the place would be ram. That's one person that people would love to come out and hear.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
It's the last. Let me see, number 5.
Because they all sound fire, you see, and I'm like, yo.
I'll have to say my boy who brought me into the house scene with the radio, Beatmaster E, Stevie.
Yeah, you said.
I'll have to show him some love and put him in my, even though I mentioned the group in that top 5,
Yeah,
I'll have to
yeah.
put him there as well.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that's big, man. I like I says, man, I know you, the DJ game, and especially with the genres, you know what I mean? So, you wrap that one up nice, man. You wrap that one up nice. So, what's going on with the, like working with the youths and stuff on the DJ wise or anything like that? You ain't doing anything like that? Or just influential even for the upcoming DJs? You got anything like?
Not anymore, because it's the teaching side of it now, because what you got to look at is way back when at my mum's house, way back, you got all them man that came through like LP, was in my mum's yard. You've got GQ pass through, you know, Fakira,
LP and GQ.
Fakira, you've got bare of them man there that even through the schools that I used to work with that have gone on to become DJs, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just not now. I wouldn't say I teach people now. I want to try and get my daughter into it. She knows the music, man, but
and into
she's
DJing.
she's in the piano and the afro, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've seen them two chicks DJing, dancing up themselves on the stage. They got that fire track that's out now.
But yeah, man, she knows her music, man, and I keep saying she would be the sickest DJ, but she doesn't see it in her. But I see it,
female
man.
DJs on the rise still, you know what I mean?
Man. There's a couple I'm teaching now. Actually, sorry, there is, man. There's a couple I'm teaching now. Come back on the scene where I was teaching them years ago, telling them you need to be on this. They used to come round. They were on it, you know what I mean? But one's come back, one's in between. So shout out to Saba, get back on it.
Sabi, big up.
Sabi, she's back on it now.
Yeah, I think I seen a DJ in town one time.
Yeah, she's gonna be back on it.
Fire.
Shout out to Sarah as well, a B for lit.
So you see when you're teaching them, are you teaching them like, like with the USB way, the new way, or the old way?
Now it's USB way. Back then it was vinyl. It was going through vinyl, then onto them USB CDs. Because it was even. When I'm talking about, I was showing who are you on about, the young people, or generally? Now.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure the young.
Yeah, so like,
well, they're not young. They're like women now. The girls. Yeah.
Because
They USB now. Yeah. USB. That's where most of my collection is now.
So when you say USB, because because I find it amazing when I see DJs. They're just like one of my boys is a DJ. He just has his decks and he just has the USBs.
Yeah.
And they're just a little screen in the front and he's doing it like that. But I find that because I used to do a little bit of DJing myself, but I will use the computer screen. I need to see the music on the side. And when I see it on the decks and he's doing all of that, and I'm thinking, I don't know how he's doing it.
It's the same thing.
Would you respect a DJ that can't do it that way? That needs a laptop and whatnot? Would you say... I'm saying, as a veteran DJ, would you say that's a DJ?
There's a level to say about respecting DJs. Now...
Yeah, shout out to them man that's like, yo, Serato's, nah.
What I would say is, my son could DJ at 1 year old when I had him in my arms, and he could control the CD decks. So you got to be careful when you say about respecting DJs and the knowledge and what they can and can't do, because they might be good at this, but that is already programmed. It's set. You don't even need to do no. You don't even need to beat match. It does it for you. It's everything in its simplest form. Do you get what I'm saying?
I had a program like that. I thought I was the baddest.
So what is something that, let's say you go to like an event or like a place where people are playing DJs are mixing, what do you hear for you to say, nah, this guy's the guy?
All right.
Like, what would you hear?
The range. I like to hear the uniqueness. So they're not following the scripts. Oh yeah, it's this night. It's young. This, for example, say young people are gonna play all the new stuff. Da, 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 da. But as a warm up DJ, this is why I used to love warming up as a DJ. You don't play new music. You play alternative music, but you get the crowd to a point where they're ready to just go to that new bit. But you've hit them already. You've got them all vibes up and live without even playing no new music. That to me is a DJ that knows how to play, knows how to read a crowd, knows how to build the crowd without having to play the hits. You get what I'm saying? It's about being so obscure that somebody's going to dig something out of the crate that's going to be like, did he really just do that? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, bring something completely different into the mix, into having that vision, you know, and that for me is where I would rate a DJ.
So, because me, the way I rate DJs is like this, I listen to the way you put it, like, because I find it fascinating when some DJs can get one song and mix another song with it and make it so good where you would rather want it like that. Like even if you had the original, you don't even want it like that. You want it that way.
Like a remix on the remix.
It happens so many times when I listen to a mix, I hear a song, I love it so much, and I go on YouTube, I Google it.
You can't find it.
I can't find it. It don't feel the same. Because the way that DJ's blended it.
It's the energy right
You know what I mean? It's just too much. Like goosebumps, everything. And then when you listen to the normal version, they'll think,
But that's what I would say is a good DJ. Because he's got you on that level. He's made you hyped, giving you that feeling. That's what you want to do. You're taking people on a journey. Yeah, you know what I mean? That's what a DJ is supposed to do. Take you on a journey, up and down, give you experiences, make it emotional.
And
you know what I mean? I've been in the venue with EZ and I've cried. He's done some, as a DJ, he's done some that's blown my head. Like, dude, I could not believe it. I cried. That's, honestly... And that's my appreciation.
Master
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I cried. I was so emotional that I cried. Tears came. It's ridiculous. And you're saying you got goosebumps, but just imagine being somewhere and it just literally, say like somebody did something on the cameras that just completely flipped your head, but that's your thing. You'd be like, you just wouldn't know what to do. It'd be just like,
wow.
But
I won't really understand what you're seeing.
And that's what I'm saying. And when I see it, when I'm watching, and he's a guy that you could watch all day long, EZ. When you watch him and you see him do his thing, it's just like, it's mad. You just have to, you cannot even move. You're just like,
and you know what's so weird? You know where you're explaining it? Someone else that's not a DJ might not hear it that the same way. They might hear Easy. They might right now, someone might say, okay, let me go listen to DJ Easy. And then they'll listen to DJ Easy and be like, well, that's just a normal mix. But I get it though. It's like, you're a DJ, so you know.
Yes. Real DJs will recognize it, but you've got to be there and see it. But I would say, how the stuff he's doing now isn't, but you got to go back to when, because he was doing it on stuff which ain't even this latest thing. He was doing it on some old 800s, what were like CD things, bruv. And
the old CD jizz.
Bruv, it was ridiculous.
I get what you mean.
Ridiculous.
Even when you sit down and listen to like old school Dr. Dre beats or whatnot, and when you listen to them from when you was young and now, you understand that.
As a producer, if you're into producing, you have to take your hat off and little things. Man.
This is what I'm telling you. Foxy he beat one time we had a party and I think he played KRS-One. Sound of the Police. Fresh just come out. Now what's this? What? Sound of the Police. Everyone is crazy, you know what I mean? In the hood, like, yo.
Yeah, man.
But then DJs are... But it's funny that you said warm-up DJs and then maybe a DJ that plays at the...
Prime time.
So maybe that's where that respect, you know. Maybe the warm-up DJ might be like, yo, but he's still fire.
But that's the difference between, for me, a DJ, because a lot of DJs can't do that.
Yeah, I feel like DJs have changed a lot from back then to now. Because now, it's like you just explained, there's a people knew that I'm the warm-up DJ. So they know that, DJ whatever. He's for the warm up. So everyone will get him for the beginning. Then there's the one that comes in the middle. And then there's the one that ends the night with the winding tunes. You know what I'm saying? That's how I remember it was. Like even when I was a bit younger, which was not that long ago, it was kind of like that. Where when I was younger, let's say I don't know if you know about DJ Afro B. He was the one on top. You know what I mean? Because when we were in uni, I remember there was a time we were in uni. It was a party. Nobody was touching the decks until DJ Afrobeat was coming. You get it? And he was drunk somewhere. They was looking for him. Like everyone just announced it. Imagine music was off 30 minutes. Yo, everyone, where's Afrobeat? Where's Afrobeat? Because they weren't gonna let no one on. Until he came. And when he came, straight the whole thing.
Shout out DJ Afrobeat.
Yeah, now he's in position. You know what I mean? Crazy. I'm even upset that he stopped DJing. Because he was different with the Afrobeat DJing. Like, he was one of the first people I seen blending UK music with African music and.
There you go. You see
cultures. That's what I'm saying. Cultures. It all blends in.
This is what I'm talking about. Where somebody's taken it and used their imagination and taken it to another journey where it's then become something else. Do you get what I mean? And this is why when you look at commercial music now, it's so mixed and so diverse because DJs have set that platform. So people might do music one way, but then DJs have influenced it and changed it so much that they're now doing remixes to one song. They're doing 5 or 6 different remix genre types because DJs are just changing it anyway. Do you get what I mean? The record companies had to get on board with that because the imagination of the DJs was just ridiculous because they were giving them the music beforehand and then they were just playing it, but they were changing it. You know what I mean? And when you look at them early eras, like you say, the early grime back in the day when you're mixing up the dizzies with some, you know what I mean? And
them instrumentals, boy.
That's what made me fall in love with grime myself. So this comes to my last question, and I'll let Jesus take back over. So do you feel like because I feel like the DJ has lost his value in the entertainment industry? Because see, before a DJ was like a DJ was a big thing before. Like if it was a DJ or like someone that mixes, it was a big thing in the community. Anywhere you go, you'd be like, yeah, that's DJ Thingy. Like, nah, I need my party, I need DJ Thingy. But now I feel like a DJ has. His level has gone down. I was even thinking about it the other day, like, how do DJs make money now online? Because you know how everyone can make money online now with all the record labels. How do you say it? Putting all the copyright infringements and all that.
Yeah.
How does it? What do you feel like? Is the DJ still valuable, or will it still be valuable in the next 5 to 10 years? Because even you just mentioned now there's programs that mix it for you and do this and that.
You
for
see,
you.
It's what I said earlier. There's the difference between somebody that's being a DJ and somebody that's just become a DJ. Everybody now is a DJ because it's a fashion thing.
Exactly. Because even like DJ Khaled, I don't think he's touched the decks in like 15 years.
It's a fashion thing, you know. But this is
DJs.
the thing. This is the thing. It's fashion. So everybody, it's like wearing certain clothes. Y'all are only gonna look at you if you wear a certain thing. It's the same with DJing. People are only gonna look at you and respect you if you're doing something big or you're wearing something big. You cannot be yourself, so you have to be somebody else, or you have to push to be something, and that's why everybody's becoming a DJ now. Everybody, because it's the thing. You know what I mean? To boost your confidence. You know what I mean? But when I started, I was a DJ from birth. It wasn't a fashion thing. You was that, you know what I mean? It's a line, you know what I mean? Or the line stemmed from you knowing somebody who was a DJ and you had that connection and bam. It was unique. It wasn't an everybody's thing. Because not everybody could do it, not everybody could afford it, not everybody could, you know what I mean? You had to be about that thing.
Artists were running after the DJ.
You need a DJ, the DJ.
Like, if you didn't have the DJ, you weren't going nowhere. Like, I remember back then,
that's it.
And DJ was I remember even watching one video when Biggie was spitting in some thing, and this big man DJ, this is a big DJ, he was fucking up the set, kind of like, and Biggie got pissed off and threw the water bottle at him and everything, and then that showed me that even though because the DJ was messing up, he couldn't shine that. You get me messed up. It made him look messed up. But now I feel like a DJ
you get a few bad DJs.
Like I just feel like DJ is not respected no more like before.
No. Because
Back in the day, like.
But this is the thing. This is just sorry. It goes back to a lot of the stuff I was saying. DJs ain't respected because everybody's a DJ now. So that same DJ can download all the music that you might have been collecting for 30 odd years, and then be that same DJ for £50 and DJ for 6 hours for £50.
Just put me on a point, right?
Instead of them paying £200-300 for an hour set.
Might be that DJ in London.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, it's a respect thing. It's a respect thing, but because everybody's that now, and DJ is one of the biggest things now with music. It's up there. Music is probably the biggest thing. Yeah. And then you've got DJing that follows it. Yeah, but I'm just producing.
Upset, like, the fact that DJs have lost their respect.
Them man just download the tune, bro.
Because I remember watching films like Babylon. Like, I don't know if you've seen that film, Babylon, the sound system.
Yeah.
Like
that's the first thing I watched that exposed me to like that the UK was big on sound system. That I didn't know there's stuff like that existed.
Yeah, man.
But then you can tell that like them guys were like you know there's guys that got Jamaica and fly in a record, like, do you get it?
Trust me.
And when they had that one beat, everyone's got it to him.
Yeah, man.
Yo, I need that. Presses,
like, it was
man.
Crazy. Presses.
Like, the way they were moving.
You know,
it's like it was crack.
Yeah, man. but that's what man used to do. Man used to invest the money every month or every week so they can go and get presses done from that on a reggae thing from Jamaica to get it sent over, and that's it. You got a dub.
Wow,
dubs.
Like, imagine you have to fly out to go get tracks.
Now you just phone up the MCs or link them on Insta and just say, "Yo, man, can you do me a special?"
You know what I mean? That's nuts. Imagine you have to hop on a whole 6-hour flight, meet some, press it, do all this thing, and then fly back.
Vinyl.
Yeah, they have shops in London or wherever, in Birmingham, like he says. You got to travel to get them.
You know what I mean? That's what it was. Like a DJ, there might be one tune. The record shop is in Manchester. You're in London.
Yeah, man. You had to go Eastern Bloc and all them back in the day. You had to travel. Yeah, man, was travelling, man. Yeah, man.
And like you were saying earlier, the DJ will have like hella boxes of things. He had this guy with him. Every DJ had an assistant like that carries the stuff. All of that is gone now.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
DJs don't get respect, like, and I feel like it's bad because DJs is the people that make the music industry. If you're being honest, because back in the day, for your tune to pop, you had to pay the DJ what they call it, payola or whatever. You had to pay them.
Or not even so much pay him. You just make sure they had the tunes beforehand. You necessarily don't need to pay them nowadays. You do, because like radio, you might be the DJ on radio, and in order to get links on your show, you have to pay. You know what I mean?
I feel like now they're paying is less because now you don't even need a DJ no more. Because these bloggers nowadays, there's this blogger called DJ Academics. I don't know if you know about him.
No, but online people just do online, straight online.
He was a DJ back in the day. He was trying so hard to get onto like the big radio stations in America. You probably know about Ebro and like DJ Ebro and that, the big boy DJs. But them like always used to air him. So then he said, "Fuck that." He started doing like blogging, putting out his own shit.
Yeah.
Now he's bigger than them.
Yeah.
He's a big advocate of you don't need to.
You don't need.
You can do it yourself. Which is hurting the industry.
It's unfortunate.
And helping at the same time.
But if you look at the hip hop scene, if that didn't happen, that same thing you just said, you wouldn't have had the clashes like you do now in hip hop. Because what you got to look at is KRS-One when he did The Bridges Over, Queens, Brooklyn, Queens, Bronx and Queens back in the day when you're looking at hip hop and that rivalry. Do you get what I mean? Because the DJ then from Queens wouldn't play his music.
Yeah.
So bam, okay, you're not playing. Okay, I've done you and your crew. Bam. That's how it started, man. You know, that's how the rap battle thing started, like
maybe
properly,
to bring that
like
the clashing back.
But yeah, man, it's it's one of those ones where it's an up and down thing. You know what I mean? Up and down love.
This is my last actually.
You're going in and then we wrap up. Yeah, you're going. We're good.
So do you think the DJ will still be here in the next, let's say, 10 years? Like, do you think you'll be walking into clubs and there'll still be a man with a mic in his hand on the decks mixing? Because sometimes I feel like that won't be there no more. I feel like it's just going to be like...
You're talking about the robot DJ, man.
So, I don't know.
I know one club stopped a DJ and started doing Spotify.
Wow. Okay,
and that was a few years ago. Yeah. But I know they've gone back to doing a DJ now. It depends on the DJ. Because for me, the DJ's always got to keep it fresh, not be the same. You know, you can have a style in how you play, but sometimes you just got to change that up as well, just to keep the crowd active and engaged and going. You can't play the same music week in, week out and do the same thing because, I'll come this week, but I won't come that week because I know he's going to play the same this week. Do you get what I mean? It's that kind of thing, but that's based on the DJ. The DJ needs to be responsible for what he's doing. You know, it's all good and well going and collecting the money, but you're there to entertain people. And that's what you're supposed to do. Be all and end all. That is it. You're there to entertain people, whether it's whether it's 500 people or 10. Do you get what I mean? Them 10 need to believe in knowing that they've had a good night. That's it. You know what I mean? For me, that's my view. Yeah.
Yeah, man. We're just gonna wrap it up. So, what's it saying for like any future endeavors for DJ Young Fox? Like, what are you saying? What you got in the pipeline? Kind
of. More or less every week, I'm still DJing. I'm at East 59th, or I'm at Angelica's, or
what time's your show? I listen to your show on the radio when I'm in the car with my baby mother, man. But what time was that?
I'm on LDC on the Sundays. Leeds Dance Community Radio, and that's every Sundays 5 till 7. And that's the show's called The Eclectic Sounds of House. So it's all different types of house. It's, you know, it's just what I feel. And like I said, I never plan. I go in and it's just how I feel when I get there at the time. So I never say this week I'm gonna play Afro, this week I'm gonna play this, and say for the following week, because I'm not gonna do that, because I put myself in a box. You know what I mean? And I go there, I say that. Say if I said that last week and I come then the following week, I won't play that, because if I feel I'm playing soulful and I want to go down that route, I want to go deep, or I want to go, you know what I mean, Afro, or I'm a piano or whatever, I'm going down that road, and I don't care what I said last week, but listeners will be listening to what I said last week. You know what I mean? So I tend not to say that, and that's why the show's called The Eclectic Sounds of House, because it can be any kind of house. Full stop.
So yeah, man, Foxy. So you say you just DJing in the clubs and on the radio. That's fire, man. Man. You know, keep up the God's work, man. You know,
good, man.
Keep busy, man. You know what I mean? I had to get you in on this because I says, you know, we're trying to get the community involved. You know what I mean? This thing called podcast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So definitely.
Thanks for having me, man. And it's good
to family, man.
Keep it going, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Make sure, like it says, man, like, share, subscribe at the bottom and all that. Leave your comments. You know what I mean? Shout out to Nana as well, man. Big shout, man. Weeksy Bravo. Yeah, man. We're live.
All right. Peace.
Yo. Tell me what you know.